Hi guys, welcome to another section on Home Truth Niger. Today I want to talk on a topic called how Nigerian scammers selects you. Yeah, let us treat this topic once and for all, and maybe we might revisit this topic a second time. Let's see how things go. So I want to talk about how or the method Nigerian scammers use. Let us dive a little bit deeper on how the Nigerian scammers, they basically pick you, because some of you're wondering, after you must have been scammed. Some of you, after you must have gone through the relationship and you see that you've been scammed, you are now revisiting, playing back how everything started from the beginning, and then you so marveled at regards to how you were handpicked basically from the beginning, how this Nigerian scammer pulled this masterpiece on you, because most of you have been left to figure this out after your relationship. So without further much ado, I want to tell you the few steps they use in selecting you before they deceive you and get away with your heart and cash. Or sometimes they break your heart to shreds. The first thing they do is they basically create some kind of bio persona. This is the first thing they do. They take their time to study what they want, and then they go ahead to create a bio persona. They basically bring out a lot of features in this bio persona. They consider things such as the skin color, age, relationship status, social media activities, and other factors, such as kids and lifestyle. So the moment they have narrowed all of this down, or you know, as we say, users experience, they've studied all of these features, they would swoop, into action on how they can get to you. So now let us talk about these parameters they've created by using some kind of, bio persona. Perhaps maybe you can ask yourself questions and find, if you fit the bill from what I want to talk on with the features they created with this kind of a bio persona. Now they look primarily at skin color. Now, this may sound a little bit, difficult uh, of appeal, for some of you to handle or swallow, but it's the plain truth. Skin color, or should I say colorism, plays a huge role when they are selecting their potential victim. Believe me when I tell you that their preferred choice of target in terms of skin color is the white lady. In fact, it has a slang in Nigeria. It is called whitey. This is 100% true. When you go to Nigerian, ask a Nigerian what it means when they say whitey. You know, basically, the white Western lady, who is also called Oyibo, is seen as the preferred choice when picking a potential victim, because they see them to be more gullible than the black lady, or to be more, in quotes, mumu. Now, the belief is that the black Western lady, you know, are as smart as they are, and they understand the street game as opposed to the, white Western ladies. And if you look at it statistically, you will see that you have more white Western ladies getting scammed, than the black Western ladies. And this is the truth. One way or the other, the black ladies are harder, to deal with than the white Western ladies. So they try as much as possible to avoid them. Even when they get them into when they get them in when they get them in no time, this black Western ladies figured out the game they're trying to do, and they get them all busted out, and they run. But they kind of have this hands around the Western ladies more than the black Western ladies. Another thing, again, as I said, they look at the age. Now, having narrowed the choices down to skin color, the next thing they look at is age. They will go for the age estimate. They will try to see it on your social media platform. Either they've checked, what your age could be on Facebook, on Instagram, on dating site. they would try as much as possible to kind of like estimate how old you are. And if you are on dating sites, they would also see it. Basically, your age will anyways be there and easier for them, to see. So this answers the question. Now, normally they start picking or selecting ladies within the age of 45 to 100 years. Now, when I say 100 years, some of you would laugh, but that's the truth. These guys are heartless. They don't care. They believe the older you are in life, the more likely you are divorced. Because they believe the marriages in the Western world doesn't last long like it does in Africa. So they believe the more older you are, the chances of you having saved up some cash or some kind of, put some cash out for retirement, and all is already in place. And all these are considered, when they are coming to pick a potential victim. They also know that you might be at the peak of your loneliness. Like you are just all by yourself. So they basically study your culture. They estimate certain age Western ladies should have divorced. They look at it from their 40s, 50s, going into their early 60s. They estimate that most Western ladies at this age are divorced. They estimate this, and then they basically work with this factor, and that is why it is very difficult to see a younger lady who is likely in her 20s getting scammed, because these guys, they've done their homework, and they know that the younger lady won't be short of men, asking her out either in college, work, one function or the other, especially when they are in their prime. And then also, one important thing they consider about the younger ladies is that they believe the younger ladies are broke because they most likely will be in college, haven't started their career, and all of that. So they believe these younger ladies don't have enough, to basically like give them, to take care of themselves. So what they do is that they abandon their investigation on the younger ladies and then they go for the analog ladies. The analog ladies are the ladies who basically don't know much about technology, because the younger ladies, they feel they are tech savvy, so it's going to be difficult to play some of these tricks they play with you, the ladies in middle age around 40s to 100. So they come for those of you who they know that, okay, they can dribble you around and tell you what you want to hear. Another thing they check is they try to check relationship status. They check your relationship status without you actually telling them if you are on Facebook or any social media. So those of you who have, written on your Facebook or something about your relationship status like single, trust me, they are watching. They know when you're single, they know when your relationship is complicated. Basically, they see everything, and this gives them the clue on when and how to approach you. Some of you are still married, and because of you are in communication with this particular Nigerian guy, most of you you're considering leaving your partner, to go be with this guy, this individual you don't know. I've spoken to one or two or three of you who, you told me you married but you love with a Nigerian guy, and I was like, okay, what is it you're having with your husband that you can't at least try and see if you could work things out. But the Nigerian guy has so much put you in a position whereby you just want to go be with him and run. You need to wake up because you'll be making one of the biggest mistakes in your life. Now you may say my Facebook is on private. You know, you won't you can't be my friend on Facebook except I accept you. One thing you guys need to understand is that these guys are 5 steps ahead of you. Before they approach you, they studied you. And in this process, they would have created a pseudo Facebook or Instagram or whatever accounts they need to create. They will create these accounts of a random profile. Will use the photo of some white lady or some white man. They would allow it uh, stay for some weeks. They would add friends, make it look like a functional Facebook page, and then they will send you requests. Now, when you see this Facebook request with maybe a mature man or a mature lady who's like had is following one or two of your friends. You guys have the same mutual friends. You would want to add this person to like see where things are coming up from. The moment you add them, they start monitoring you. The moment they start monitoring, they start, getting information, and they keep sharing this information. Now, what they do basically after this is that they start monitoring your social media activities, like things you do, what kind of pictures you post, what's your lifestyle is all and about. They try to make meaning on everything and everyone you post pictures with. They could also establish if you're seeing someone or not. They deduce or they adduce. They try to, think along as they look at your activities that's basically happening on your Facebook or social media profile. Now, once they have established who you are and they see that the coast is clear, then they will start sending you little messages, harmless little messages, carefully to see how you react. And then the next thing, they will come with full force, to basically like get uh get you. Now, you need to understand that when they come to you, they already have everything they want to attain or get from you or plan. So you might be, somewhere, thinking like okay, you were this Nigerian guy. The Nigerian guy will be busy not doing the same thing you're thinking. So you may probably be sleeping and thinking that you found the love of your life. Finally, you're with someone. You don't feel lonely anymore. You're excited and all happy. But that is not the case with your Nigerian guy, because your Nigerian guy may be basically thinking on how to milk every living thing as regards to cash from your pocket. How is going to take them? And this is no joke, guys. This is no joke. Now, guys, in conclusion, please try to be careful. Do not believe everything you're told, basically. And if you feel so lonely, it is not the end of the